Welcome back to another video on the channel, and in today's video we are going to be continuing our Pokemon Showdown, our Pokemon VGC Showdown laddering series. But instead of playing a lot of matches, I'm just gonna play one, and I'm going to actually build a new team. A team that I've been analyzing this team, and this is going to be this team right here that I actually used to get to 17-13 on the ladder. Currently, I think we're like 16-11, somewhere around there. 16-13. We used it to actually get to 17-13, but I ended up dropping a little bit. But I've analyzed something. Even though Pelipper and Kingdra, even though the Rain Core is good, I'm just not bringing it a lot. And so I wanted to sort of fix that issue and say, hey, you know, maybe let's build a different team. And we're struggling with Venusaur, and Rillaboom's good, but I wanted a different Pokemon. I wanted a Pokemon that could better, it's just a better grass type overall. And honestly, I'm coming up with a Venusaur and a Magnezone core right now. So we're gonna play one match. We're gonna play one match. But then we are going to go, and we are going to build a new team for us. Facing a very hyper offensive team, facing with the Alolan Raichu, Alolan Rai. I'm writing this stuff down. Urshifu, probably going to be the dark form. We see the Togekiss. We see the Pyukumuku. Wait, not Pyukumuku. The Pincurchin, my bad. The Cindy and the Indeedee. If I had to guess what he's gonna bring, I'd say it's a mix of, he's gonna bring the Urshifu, he's gonna bring Togekiss, he's gonna bring Cinderace, and he's gonna bring Indeedee. I don't think he's bringing the Raichu. What I am going to leave, I'm gonna leave Magnezone Pelipper. Magnezone Pelipper is really good against the team. Magnezone just matches up super well against everything. Pelipper also covers for the Cinderace option that he has. I'm also going to, do I want Rillaboom in the back? That's a tough sell. It's a very tough sell. I'm thinking of bringing Rillaboom Togekiss in the back. I just don't know about Kingdra here. And we are going to see the Indeedee, and we're going to see the Togekiss here. So this is actually a pretty good lead for us, as we can actually just fire off a Thunder and fire off a Tailwind here. I'm actually very okay with this lead. I think it's a pretty good lead. His Togekiss honestly can't do much to us. Getting the Tailwind up would be great as well. And let's say he just goes for Expanding Force. He's leaving his Togekiss just to be one-hit KO'd. Not the greatest thing from him, but we did kind of predict the Indeedee being brought. I'm assuming the Cinderace is in the back along with the Urshifu. I don't think you bring Alolan Raichu. Okay, so he actually makes a really good play. Okay, so he makes a really good play. Nah, that's unfortunate for us. But I can just go for the Thunder here, and I can just go for the Protect. I have no qualms with doing that. No qualms with doing that whatsoever. I can just go for the Thunder here, and the Protect on Pelipper. Now, why are we protecting Pelipper? Just because I don't want to switch out necessarily. He's just gonna go for the Fall on Me. It's still gonna do a lot though. It's good damage. He is Citrus though, which is annoying. Citrus is very annoying for us here. How do I deal with this? I'll Thunder. Do I want to keep Pelipper around? I mean, it's kind of had its use at this point, right? Okay, so we can actually get to KO the Togekiss here. I don't know why. Alright, so we actually get to KO the Togekiss here, which is super good for us, as we end up keeping Magnezone. We get the damage off onto the Indeedee, which is very good. I get to go Rillaboom. He's going to bring in Raichu, or I get to bring in Togekiss. He is going to go Raichu here. So, a bit unfortunate for us, but we actually can go for the Volt Switch here and go for the Protect, and I think we'll be alright. He's just going to go for the Fall on Me, Expanding Force. And we get to bring in Rillaboom here, actually, which is really value here. And now at this point, what we get to go for is Magrassy Glide and a D-Gleam here. Wait, do we want to D-Gleam? Or I said Magrassy Glide and we D-Gleam. Perfect. As it actually just one-shots the Raichu right there, which is super good for us, as we do see the Urshifu coming out. And DD already protected, so we can safely, and it is, so actually, okay, we predicted 3 of the 4 mons he was going to bring. So pretty good, just by analyzing the situation. I'm surprised he did not bring Cinderace. Cinderace is good against my team. But we can go for the Grassy Glide, and we can go straight for, we are defensive Togekiss. Let's just go D-Gleam. You're gonna go for the Grassy Glide, but since we're defensive Togekiss, we should be able to live. Is that crit? No, it doesn't. Okay. Okay, but I don't know. Alright, so that's good. So now we just guaranteed win. It's called a Tachi. I don't even know what that's in reference to, I'm not gonna lie. Makoto. Oh, you know, this guy's probably a weeb. Oh, he's a weeb. Oh my goodness gracious. Flame him in the comments, everyone. We found a weeb. And down it goes. But looking at the team, who did I not bring? Kingdra. Who have I not really been bringing all that much? Kingdra. So Rillaboom's good. Don't get me wrong, Rillaboom is good. Maybe I do want to keep Rillaboom instead of the Venusaur for the Grassy Surge. I don't know. It's between Venusaur or Rillaboom for me. But you see, we brought the Togekiss. We brought in the Magnezone, but Magnezone Pelipper, but we just didn't bring. Oh, we're gonna go for one more match. We didn't bring the Pelipper, or we didn't bring the Kingdra. Excuse me. And we just don't bring Kingdra a lot. Like, it's not, Kindra's definitely not coming here. We see the Alchemy, so this is Decorate. So this is Decorate. Trick Room Team, Alchemy, Rilla, Incin, P2, Lapras, and Urshifu. So, right off the bat, I'm looking at a Magnezone Rillaboom lead, just because that can shut down Trick Room, can go for Taunt. I do want Incineroar in the back, but if we bring Incineroar, we are looking a bit weak to the Urshifu, so I think a Togekiss would be nice to wrap that up, especially a defensive Togekiss here. As we do see the Lapras, we do see the Lapras lead here. As actually, I'm just going to go for the Max Lightning, and I'm just going to go for the Grassy Glide. Just because we're damaging the Lapras, and if he switches out to something like Incineroar, Incineroar is taking huge damage. Everything on his team is taking huge damage from this, so we're just gonna go for the Max Lightning and the Grassy Glide, and that's gonna be doing a lot of damage. And mind you, Grassy Glide, it gets to go first. He can go for the Decorate, so he is probably like Clay, I'd assume. Does Alchemy get Trick Room? That is one thing to note. Does Alchemy get Trick Room? It does not get Trick Room, so I think... Okay, it doesn't. Cool. I think it's just fine to go for the Max Lightning and the Grassy Glide onto the Lapras. We're going to put the timer on. I don't really know what he wants to do. But you guys see, I'm not bringing Kingdra. And sometimes I bring Pelipper just because Pelipper on its own is pretty good and covers the Magnezone and the Rillaboom. We didn't bring it in this match just because it's hard to. I wanted to bring Pelipper, and actually I should have brought Pelipper. Actually, looking back, I probably should have brought Pelipper. But Incineroar is also good. Like, the Incineroar Togekiss is also very good as well. We put him in a tricky spot because nothing switches into a Max Lightning plus a Grassy Glide. You could say P2, you could say Incin, but Incin's taking probably 70%. Rillaboom would be his best switch in, but then he can't exert offensive pressure. Tom or Voloson's Nook. Is that... Okay, I know Tom Nook is from Animal Crossing. Is Orvalo's son his middle name? I mean, if so, that That's a fact that I did not know. But we're just gonna Dynamax, go for the max landing against the Lapras. He's gonna switch into Incineroar. I think he's gonna max guard. He's gonna protect probably. He's actually is he max guarding? No, he's not. This might be a dead Lapras. Almost. Okay. Almost a dead Lapras. So Magnezone actually went first. So I can actually just go Togekiss and Max Steel Spike the Lapras and just go D-Gleam. We Steel Spike so we don't take as much damage, and we also just go for D-Gleam to get that residual damage on Incineroar. D-Gleam does not actually pick up the KO, but that's fine since we doubled up into the Lapras here. And getting that chip on Incineroar is good. He actually goes for the Snarl there, but at this point, depends on what his last mana is, but if we get these defense boost up, it looks like he probably cannot beat. Alchemy probably going to go for the Protect. I'm actually going to double bond to this Incineroar. But it looks like he cannot beat. Oh, it's actually going to decorate here. We actually do get the crit here. If we flinch, that'd be perfect. Oh, actually, we get the double crit, which is super nice. And you see that double worked out really well. We're gonna see what his last mon is. If it's the Urshifu, this is pretty good. And it's actually the Porygon 2. So now, because it's the Porygon 2, I can go for the Flash Cannon into the Alchemy. And I can just go for the Protect, I think. Flash Cannon does not do a lot, though. That's the one thing. I can Flash Cannon the Alchemy, and I'll go Incineroar here, I think. Incineroar's gonna be taking a lot of damage from this. Huh. Yeah, Incineroar's gonna... Wait, if I switch out to Incineroar... Yeah, okay. I got an idea. I'll Flash Cannon the Alchemy. And I'll Air Slash the Alchemy just for damage. That's a good play. But I get to go Incineroar. And I do get to actually go for the Flash Cannon and for the Fake Out onto the Porygon. So this works out decently well. And I don't know if he can beat Magnezone. We get to go for the Fake Out. He's just gonna decorate again. I get to Flash Cannon, actually get another crit, so we are getting pretty lucky here. I must say. We are getting pretty lucky here. That crit, the crit, actually I'm surprised because, you know, last episode we were missing a couple hits, so getting those crits is actually very important here. What I can do is I can, with Incineroar I am faster. I think I just want to go for a Flash Cannon, and I think I want a Flare Blitz. Ignores target stat changes. Do I have Parting Shot? I think I'm gonna lower it. I know we can live a P2 hit. Okay, yeah, we actually do live a P2 hit there. Actually, we do get this Spadef drop, but dude, we are getting incredibly lucky here. Wow, the luck is just poured onto us. But can he beat Magnezone though? So the question still to be answered. Can he beat Magnezone 1v1? I mean, that does a lot. Yeah, that does a lot. Okay, so we did not play that one well, even if we do end up winning here. We have to go for Thunder, I think. We have to go for Thunder and land the Thunder here in order to win. Okay. That's good for Thunder here again. I mean, I think we should lose this one just because, yeah, so we now lose. So I think... How much was Thunder doing? We had just landed another Thunder. GG. Okay. Didn't play well. GG. I'm like, Grats to you for clutching that. Grats to you for clutching that. Alright, so we didn't address the alchemy because I haven't faced much alchemy, so we forgot to address the alchemy, and that ended up costing us the match. And it was Babiri Berry, which really sucked. But we are still... that's not right. I mean, ladder's gonna update here soon. But, like, looking at the team, we're not bringing Kingdra. I don't know when. I don't know if we brought Kingdra at all. Like, during these episodes, I think we brought it maybe once. See, that's wrong, right? Yeah, 1608. So we did drop a little bit, but we're still 1600, so it's fine. But you can see who is putting in the work here. Honestly, the people that are putting in the work, everyone but Kingdra. So it's literally everyone but Kingdra is putting in the work, and that's concerning, you know. So we're gonna see. Oh, that I did not do that correctly. Okay. You can see. Look, I mean, Kingdra's not putting in the work. We're gonna delete Kingdra out, right? So that's what it looks like. That's the team. The Magnezone and the Rillaboom puts in work. For certain. Magnezone puts in work. Rillaboom's very good. I don't know if I want to use Venusaur. I'm trying to think if I want to use Venusaur. I mean, I would say I want to use Venusaur. That's a very interesting team. Venusaur would be better here. Yeah, Venusaur would be good against these. Like, it would be good against Rillaboom, good against Togekiss. Rillaboom is only good against Tyrant. Okay, Rillaboom's niche in the fact that it gets those... like, it gets knockoff, it gets taunt and whatnot. Venusaur does not get taunt. I'm actually... I gotta use the bathroom real quick. I'll probably edit this out. If I don't, I'll be back in like a minute. Alright. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So where were we? Yes, we were looking at the Rain team. Now, what mons are we bringing every match? Magnezones. We're always bringing Magnezone, but the reason why we're bringing Magnezone is because... where is VGC? Very good question. The reason why we're bringing Magnezone is because, a lot of people anticipate Rain. What if we brought Magnezone, Venusaur, and Politoed? Would Politoed be that good? I don't know if I want to use Politoed. I think I'd rather use Pelipper. So a core like this, a core like this, that is what I'm looking at. And I remember this was the first iteration of the team, I believe, way back when. It's pretty wild how much happened. That was like a month ago, I think, or somewhere around there. But 1744, dang. Venusaur is very good, and actually running 2 grass types, very good. But Virgil discount, what the frick? Okay, Torkoal, okay, cool. Real and Gorilla. Fine Lash is doing not a lot, because that's AV Gyarados with Frengard. But interesting, okay. But you see, the Magnezone in almost every single one of our matches, Magnezone has been absolutely clutch. It's just been amazing. And so I'm thinking, do I want to try to recreate that, you know? And another thing I was thinking was, I want to go a Porygon 2 Lapras. I want that. I want that sort of synergy with the team. I want that sort of a rain core. I wanted a sort of a Trick Room option. I wanted to be able to shut down Trick Room. And now it's more apparent. But the question is, I was looking at the team for so long. And would it be better to have a Politoed on this team? So Politoed's better with rain, of course. But Pelipper also gets access to Tailwind, so we can have a potential Tailwind option, and we can have access to. So okay. So the original Untitled 6, this team right here, it was good, but Magnezone and Rillaboom, Pelipper, and Togekiss kind of carried. Kingdra didn't really do much as I would have wanted it to, and then Incineroar didn't really do much. There wasn't a lot of rain aspect happening. There wasn't too much rain-wise happening, right? So I wanted to look back on the team and say, okay, well, what can I change? And I wanted to make the team a bit bulkier, because Kingdra wasn't doing anything. Kingdra's more of a diversion, more of a saying, hey, we're a rain team, bring your rain counters. But I mean, the team's working out. You can see I'm doing well with it. But if I'm not using Kingdra, we can replace Kingdra for something. Or see, I wanted to build a new version of the team. But now I'm thinking, why don't we just replace Kingdra? Like we did here. Here's the team right now. And what do we struggle with here? Tyranitar. Tyranitar's a major concern. Cinderace. So what if we add a water? Well, let's say just look at waters. But not a Swiss Summer, just a water type. Yo, Scarf, Spout, Wailord for the boys. Let's look at water types. So I don't know exactly what I'm looking for, but I'm just looking. Yo, we could use Wartortle. Rotom Wash could be good. No, just because then you're hitting it for special. Huh. Could even do Urshifu. Urshifu could actually really work, because what are some of the stuff that we're dealing with? Urshifu hits really hard. Urshifu makes it so we can go for Taunt if we want. And Urshifu is good because it gets that Surging Strikes and Unseen Fist. So that move is really good. Huh. It's a very tough decision because I could have remodeled the team to have it just look like this, or I could go for a revamped version, add new Pokemon to it. So we also struggled against Tyranitar, which would fix if we go Surging Strikes, Close Combat, either Knock Off, does get Taunt. And we actually do want Life Orb on this. In my opinion, I want Life Orb. Yeah, because, I mean, what else will we run? Jolly, probably. Or, yeah, Jolly. Just attack. And we're gonna try that. We're gonna try that. A little revamp with some Urshifu action. Because I just don't use Kingdra. Kingdra is walled down by it just being limited to rain, and that's not good. But the rest of the team works well. We're gonna try it out. We do get a very interesting matchup here. Matchup in which Urshifu doesn't look favorable, but it can take on the T-Tar, but that's about all it does in this matchup. Outside of that, not really too much happening for Urshifu. So what else do we want to lead? Magnezone is pretty good, and an Incineroar. Had to be careful, so I'm gonna bring Rillaboom in the back. And Pelipper, I think. But why are we leading Magnezone and Incineroar? We have to think why. Magnezone covers, it's actually really good against an NDD, Hatterene. Actually matches up well against everything against the team, especially with Incineroar being able to get that Intimidate off. Incineroar also immune to that Expanding Force. Pretty good. I think pretty solid lead as we see the Hatterene and the Dusclops come out from my opponent. And I'm just going to go for a Flash Cannon. And what else? Darkest the Riot? Maybe. Flash Cannon and Darkest the Riot, I suppose. Good damage? And good damage. You get the Trick Room off. Now I can Volt Switch the Dusclops, and I can Darkest the Riot the Dusclops, I think. Okay. Still think this is fine. Hopefully Sand will take... Okay, so we actually get rid of Dusclops here. I can go Pelipper here. He's gonna bring in DD, he's just gonna go for the Follow Me and a Max Rockfall. So I'm gonna bring out Magnezone and I'm just going to Darkest the Riot, D and DD. He's actually gonna miss the Rock Slide, which is pretty nice. Might not have KO'd, I'm not actually, I probably did. He's gonna go Hatterene here. He's probably just gonna go for a Darkness or a Knuckle. I'm gonna go Pelipper, and I'm just gonna Parting Shot the Tyranitar. Incineroar is able to live though, so good job Incineroar. He's actually gonna go for the Lash Out. Are able to get the Parting Shot off, and actually able to go Rillaboom here. So very nice play. And now what I can do is I can go for the Hurricane if I want. And we're actually gonna go for the Max Guard. It's a very tough play. Very, very tough play. Do we go for the Max Guard here? If we go for the Max Guard, what happens? I don't think we should. I'm gonna Hurricane the Hatterene. And I'll just protect here. Actually, just goes for max Mindstorm. So this is actually still pretty good for us. We can just actually go for the Scald and for the Grassy Glide onto the Tyranitar, I think. If we doubled the Tyranitar, probably should take it out. Hopefully we don't get into confusion. I don't know though. We actually do get the Grassy Glide off, doing a lot of damage. Pelipper is going to be actually able to break through, so we do get rid of the Tyranitar. Hatterene does go for the max flare into the real boom, but I can go in somewhere here. Drop that nice Intimidate and go for a nice Skull and a Flare Blitz, and that should be able to take out the Hatterene there. But if we don't want to have to worry about recall, I'll just go for the max flare here, just to ensure the extra base power. And that's going to be GG against Papa Bell. So pretty good there, pretty good. Urshifu also, yeah, Urshifu did not see the light of day there, but also shows why it can be good. Hanazono Serena, interesting name. I might want to go for the Trick Room option. I'm not actually so sure. You do miss out on some mons. Using Hippowdon and Toxapex, very interesting. But I'm definitely seeing the Cinderace as a lead. I'm gonna lead Urshifu, Magnezone, Rillaboom? No. Pelipper, Incineroar, Togekiss? Incineroar, I think. Yep, so this is probably the lead that we wanted to see. I'm just going to Surging Strikes the Hippowdon, and I'm just going to switch out to Pelipper. We're just going to see if he protects the Togekiss. We are actually able to get the Surging Strikes off. Hippowdon goes down, which is super nice here. Turn 1, and we're going to see what he's going to go for. D-Gleam. Okay, that's fine. Actually, that's not fine. Actually, that was a really bad play on my part. Like, actually, a really bad play. Should have Surging Strikes the Togekiss, 100%. So, we already made a really bad mistake. But I think it'll be alright. What we can do is, we know he probably has Incineroar. I'm just going to go for the Max Steel Spike, and I'll just go for a Hurricane here. Because you probably see the Togekiss switch out, in all honesty. And we want to get damage on the Porygon as well. We see the Togekiss max. Just going to go for the max Air Shame. So actually a very good play, because Porygon probably will be able to outspeed. But we do get that max Steel Spike off onto the Porygon. I actually do get crit there. So very good for us. As we can go for the Fake Out into the Porygon quite safely. But do I want to Max Lightning? I'll Fake Out a Max Lightning, I think. Fake Out isn't quite able to KO the Porygon, which is unfortunate. But Max Lightning is actually able to just one-shot the Togekiss, because, you know, that's the power of Magnezone. Magnezone is just able to one-shot a Dynamax Pokemon, just because, guys, that's what Magnezone does. Let me see, he has Toxapex as his last, so that being said, it should be GG. Okay, actually, never mind. I doubled this thing. Right now. Porygon needs to die. Oh, Flare Blitz is not KOing this thing. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm doubling this thing again. You think I won't? What is Toxapex gonna do to a Magnezone? But you see, guys, teams. Okay, well, this was a weird team. And he brought Hippowdon and Toxapex. Very fascinating. But I guess he didn't want to bring this Fire types just because I guess he figured, oh, he's bringing Rain. I guess that's kind of why people look at him like, oh, you're gonna bring Rain, but I just don't bring Rain. I don't think it's good. Or maybe that I think it's good. It's good to like psych your opponent out. But at this point in time, I don't think Toxapex is going to be able to win this. he can go for the Baneful Bonker, but it's not going to save him here. We already have the damage we need, and Scald should not be doing a lot to our Magnezone, so we should be safe right there. Yeah, Volt Switch does a lot, and we are going to be able to go for the Darkest of the Riot there, so we're going to be able to KO. So that's pretty good. Is Kingdra working out better? And we actually do face Papa Bell again. So he's wrecking the Indeedee, Hat, Azu, Clops, T-Tar, Rilla. Okay. For our lead, I kind of like a Magnezone Rillaboom lead. And Cineroar in the back seems really good just to have switch in. Do I want Pelipper here? Pelipper could be good, but Urshifu could be better. As long as we get rid of the Hatterene. Urshifu can clean up. Actually, Urshifu can't clean up because Rillaboom. But I don't really want to use Pelipper because that boosts Azu's rain damage output. So I really want to go. So I think he probably brings Azu here, maybe. I could go the same again. I just don't. I think that still is the right play. Just because he is a little bit nervous. He's going to lay Indeedee Hat again. So I'm actually going to be able to go for a Flash Cannon and for a knockoff here. He's going to go for the Follow Me. I can knock off, do a lot of damage. He should get rid of his safety goggles, so that's actually very cool. But now he can go Tyranitar, but what is my boy gonna do? All Max Steel Spike the Hatterene, and I'll go Pelipper. Now the reason why I'm Max Steel Spiking is just for damage, and he's actually just maxing Hatterene here. It actually does proc our Sash, which is very good. T-Tar is going to give Superpower a lot of damage coming out. Max Steel Spike actually able just to KO the Hatterene though, because you know Magnezone is clearly fair and balanced. It's just going to forfeit there. Because Magnezone, guys, is clearly a fair and balanced Pokemon. But you see, I'm not bringing Kingdra. But I brought the Rillaboom. See, I'm conflicted because I do want to change the team up quite a bit, but we're already doing really well with the team. So, because we're already doing really well with the team, I don't really want to change it up. Obviously, the 6-mon is still up in the air. I don't really know what I want to put there, but I mean, just look at how much damage Magnezone. That's a Dynamax Hatterene. Not to Magnezone, but Magnezone is just comes through and just one-shots Hatterene. Because Magnezone just eats. It eats, bro. I don't know what else I want to say. Ensign's good on this team. But a Magnezone Pelipper Rillaboom could be good. Or even a Magnezone. See, I'm tempted to do Magnezone Pelipper Rillaboom Venusaur. But then we're pretty weak to a bunch of stuff. I could go Urshifu. Could bring Urshifu along. But at the very least, looking like what I guaranteed want to keep is Magnezone, because Magnezone, as you can see, is absolutely broken. I just want to keep Pelipper, just because that rain seems very good. And I do like the ability to go for those Hurricanes. But I could also see myself going Politoed here as more of a defensive core. The Rillaboom coming out, being very good. See, I could also go Trick Room here, like a Magnezone Politoed Rillaboom. I don't know if I want Incineroar, because what is Incineroar good against? Incineroar is good against Amoongus and whatnot. Incineroar's good against Amoongus. It's good against Psy Spam. Kind of. I mean, yeah, you can bring it in and say, hey, I'm just gonna protect, or I'm just gonna switch in Incineroar against Psy Spam, and then you kind of win. But I mean, wait, Eluthrad. Wait, that's the guy who subs to that's a +1. He's a moderator, or I mean, I know him from chat or something. He's always in That's a +1 stream. He's in a very interesting team. He's using Snorlax. Fascinating. Yeah, and that's why you don't use Snorlax without Belly Drum, or you use Belly Drum Snorlax. But you can see the Magnezone and Rillaboom are putting in the work. You see actually what it is in order of how much work they put in. Magnezone's number 1, Rillaboom's number 2, Pelipper's number 3, and Togekiss is number 4. And Incineroar's number 5. Incineroar's there, and Incineroar is good against certain teams. Incineroar is very good against Venusaur. It's good against Venusaur. It's actually one of our only counters against Venusaur. It's good against Slowbro. It's good against a lot of mons. Don't get me wrong. Incineroar is very good. Don't get me wrong. Incineroar is very good. It's good against this team, but I just don't like Kingdra. But I want another mon that adds a lot of offense. And so this is gonna be a longer episode. I know it's gonna be a longer episode. And if you don't watch it all, that's 100% fine. I'm just kind of doing this because this is something I would have done anyways, so I just want to do it now. Because we're not really using, I mean, I could use Urshifu, but I do want, because our team, like, Magnezone is analytic for a reason, but because our team isn't extremely fast, I kind of want a Trick Room option. So I really just want to do it like this. This is how I really want this team to work. Yo, I got a notification. So I'm good, dog. Alright. So, the team did change a little bit. But now we don't get that flying coverage anymore, which is sad. We don't get that flying coverage, but we can still shut down because Rillaboom gets taunt. We have Lapras, and Rillaboom, we use Taunt so we can shut down Trick Room, and we can shut down Spore. But we have that Porygon for the Ice Beam, that Recovery, we have Politoed there, we have Magnezone. Magnezone's just kind of big chilling. Do I want to add Incineroar? I just don't know. Because Kingdra's not working. That's a very average Pikachu always uses very interesting teams. Kingdra's not working, but Lapras could work. I mean, not a lot of teams are prepared for Lapras. Lapras can kind of run through this team. Can actually run through this team pretty well. Okay. It's a tough question of what do I do here? Do I stick with the same formula and know that Kingdra's not working and just kind of have a Kingdra, or have a Rillaboom, Magnezone, Pelipper, Incineroar Togekiss team? Or do I want to expand on the idea further and add more complexity with Trick Room? Because Togekiss provides Follow Me, right? Togekiss provides another answer to Cinderace, but Lapras is also here for the Cinderace. And we're going to be probably using Weakness Policy. And yet again, what it gets intimidating, Incineroar does. So we could rock out with a team like this. We could rock out with a team like Magnezone, Politoed, Rillaboom, Porygon 2, Lapras, and Incineroar. And sure, is it as elaborate and as amazing as Magnezone, Pelipper, Rillaboom, Kingdra, and Incineroar, Togekiss? No. But what we are doing is we're saying, hey, we don't use Kingdra at all, right? But we still keep the rain, we still keep the water formula. So you're still scared of the rain aspect. But we say, hey, Lapras is going to be better, right? For the bulk, for actually even the offense, and for the screens. And even Perish. And Incineroar, we still want to keep Incineroar because Incineroar is just, even still in VGC 2020, Incineroar is still very versatile. So if we keep Incineroar, and then say, okay, well, because we added Lapras, we could go more of an offensive route with Lapras. We could do a max speed Lapras, but most Lapras are going to be paired with the Trick Room Setter. And for a Trick Room Setter, I didn't want Dusclops. I didn't want something that had not a lot of offense presence. We wanted something that had presence because our team also struggles in its current form with Amoonguss. So Porygon 2 can go for that Ice Beam. It can go for that Ice Beam. Like a Trick Room, Ice Beam, Recover, and then the last move is probably Try Attack, but we could decide what else we want to run. Even a Thunderbolt. Ally Switch? I don't know about it. It's just me, I don't know about that. So I'm just gonna say Trick Room, Ice Beam, Recover, Try Attack. But that Trick Room option is there. So then that means if we're gonna use Rain and we're using Trick Room, Politoed. Because we could go Pelipper. The thing about Pelipper is, yes, 65 space speed, so actually slower. Wait a second, that's actually slower than Politoed. Huh, very fascinating. But Politoed has that bulk, it has that helping hand. We are missing out on the flying stab, of course, which can be bad. I will admit, which can be bad because our team is just a bit weak to Rillaboom. But we do have some workarounds there, and we will expand on this idea further. Because if I add Pelipper, to me it's more of a sash mon, it's not more of a defensive mon. You know, it's not as bulky. Well, Politoed, it's suited to be more of a bulky Scald user, bulky, oh, and it gets Perish Trick. And it gets Perish Salt. So, we could, and it gets Encore, it's more supportive. And under Trick Room, having that supportive mon, because what's Pelipper going to be doing? What's Pelipper going to be going for? Let's be honest. What are its two moves that you want to use? You want to use Scald or Hydro Pump, although I like Scald because it has a chance to burn, and it's 100% accurate. Oh, my one friend is calling me. I'll get back to him very soon after I finish this episode. Scald, gonna go for that Hurricane, right? It's gonna go for the Hurricane, gets Hammer, interesting. You're probably just gonna go Tailwind, or you could go for a U-turn, or does it get Flip Turn? No. Does not get flip turn, but it gets U-turn. But it's not as bulky, and it adds that still a very apparent weakness to Tyranitar. But if we add the Politoed provides that like neutrality. Also provides some Scalds. Scalds are very good. It provides Parasitone. It provides Encore, it provides Helping Hand, it provides even Hypnosis if we really want to go for it, Belly Draw. There's a lot of things you can be doing with Politoed, let's put it that way. So I feel like I do want to go Politoed here, right? Rather than going Magnezone, rather than going or rather than just something team. We see that a lot of teams. That's a very interesting team. The Molga. Not seeing that mon yet for VGC. A lot of teams don't have answers to Trick Room. Let's look at. And they probably do. Yeah, in prison. So that is answer to Trick Room. That is answer to Trick Room. But Rain Trick Room, like Lapras, just kind of. If we support Lapras right, it can just wreck teams. And so we're still taking what was good from the last team. So what was good from the last team? What's that Magazine? What's that Rillaboom? What's that Rain Setter? And what's that Incineroar? And now we're just kind of the Togekiss, but we're changing up a bit. We're saying, okay, well the Rain Setter's gonna be different. We're still taking over those elements and just adding in new ones that maybe fit better for the team. And actually we'll be working on this team in the next episode. But for one final battle, we're gonna do one final battle with this team. Or not a final, I might do more, but we're just gonna see what this team can kind of put in. We're gonna see. Let's get one final battle because this episode has been incredibly long. Incredibly long. And we're actually facing a Luxray. See the Togekiss, the Luxray, the Orilla, the Lapras. Yet again, I use the Lapras. The Duraludon. And the Dusclops. Like I said, again, a good lead is a Magnezone Rillaboom, so we can still keep that Magnezone Rillaboom. Magnezone Rillaboom is very good, matches up well with, honestly, everything against this team. Everything. Urshifu is good outside of Trick Room, I will say. So if we can get Urshifu set up outside of Trick Room, that's really good. And we can probably stop Trick Room if we go for the taunt. I want to see what else though. Pelipper is good. I do have to be careful of the Luxray and the Rillaboom and the Duraludon. So maybe not Pelipper. Also Rain boost. Yeah, Lapras. Might not want that. But we're gonna go Incineroar though. Incineroar is pretty good, especially against the Luxray. And the Duraludon, for the Duraludon, I don't know if I want Togekiss here. I don't think I want Togekiss. I think I want Urshifu, honestly. We're going to see him lead the Rillaboom and the Duraludon here. Is honestly, I'm feeling more of a, Max Lightning. And he's going to go for, I don't exactly know what he is, but it's going to do a lot of damage, all I know. I'm not going for Max Lightning, I'm just going to protect. He's going to go Luxray. Very good play from my opponent. He's actually going to max Rillaboom, and he gets max Quake, which I did forget about. So now, boys, I think we lose. Gonna be quite frank. I'll still go for the max Steel Spike onto the I'll still go for the max Lightning on. No. Steel Spike. And I'll go for the knockoff. But to be quite frank, everyone, I think we do lose. Because we did forget about that it gets max Quake. 1662, let's go down to 1640. But yet again, completely my fault. It's completely my fault. So, I take responsibility for that. We're just gonna stay in here. Luxray is actually gonna go for the Snarl, but actually doesn't pick up the KO Magnezone. I get a knockoff off. Knock off his Sash. He's gonna Drum Soul the Rillaboom. Predicting a switch out, but no switch out to be had for my opponent. And does Magnezone still put in work against his team? Not really. I can go for that again, and I can knock off the Luxray. He's probably Luxray is probably AV. He's actually Scarf. Okay, so we're actually still in a somewhat good spot here, surprisingly. So I can go Incineroar. I can just Flare Boost the Rillaboom. No problem. Yeah, I can just go for the Flare Blitz, and I can go Urshifu here. Rillaboom is going to go for the Protect. He is going to go for the Thunder Wave. Very interesting to know. I get to go for the Flare Blitz, and I get Surging Strikes Deluxe, right? It is something good to know. Or, do I close combat it? If we close combat, that's... I'm just gonna Surging Strikes for damage. It's better to be safe than sorry. Did we actually live this hit? Urshifu is thick, so Urshifu, and we do get paralyzed at the Incineroar, which is unfortunate here. But Urshifu is thick, gonna be able to actually live that hit. So I just get to go for the Flare Blitz, and I get to protect here. It's a good play. It's a good play for certain. But Surging Strike is going to be doing a lot of damage. The Duraludon still probably wins. So we should sack Rilla, but if we don't, okay, I had to Surging Strikes here, I think. I think I have to Surging Strikes? It depends. I don't know. We're just gonna Flare Blitz and we'll Surging. Rillaboom's not doing a lot though, is it? Yeah, it is. It is. Okay, Flare Blitz might be able to KO, honestly. It's actually not able to. Very, very frustrating here. That's very frustrating here. I get to go for Flare Blitz again, I get to Grassy Glide here. I could go for Knockoff. If he wants to switch out to Duraludon. Yeah. Okay. At least that happens, I suppose. And we do get paralyzed again, so what do you know? Just our luck. He's gonna switch into the Duraludon. So actually, I'm just going for the Parting Shot, and I'm just gonna protect here. Yep. Nice. Okay, so we actually did. We did get that turn right at least. I'll take that. Now we can go for the knockoff here. Does a lot of damage. Knocks off his weakness policy. He's just gonna Swords Dance. As long as we don't get paralyzed here. Nice. So now it's looking promising. I don't know how much Flare Blitz is gonna do, but I don't think he can KO me. Okay, I don't think he can. How much did Flare Blitz do? 39 to... Okay, so we just go for Laride at this point. Okay, cool. That's game. Unless he crits. If he crits, that's the only way he wins. God damn it. Well, you know, it happens. Oh. That hurts my soul, though. That hurts my soul. Oh, I thought it was 1608. I was about to be big sad. Damn, dude. You gotta be kidding me. You got the crit there. 39. I mean, we'll take it, I guess. It's just annoying, but we can see Incineroar is still very good on the team. I mean, actually, we don't have to bring Rain. Actually, no, we really don't have to bring Rain. I think I like this better. I don't know about Urshifu. Urshifu, like, you have to run Sash if you're running Urshifu, which means I'd run Pelipper. But if we run Pelipper without Sash, you know, it's kind of like, what are you doing? So, I think today we learned, we actually went up a little bit in rank, so that's pretty cool. We were at like 16, 13 when we started, so not bad. And also we learned, just like the rain aspect that we were doing now didn't really work out, so we ended up changing it a little bit, and it ended up helping, I must say. Here, okay, actually I don't know why I said that, but we changed the rain up, so now this is what we're looking at. We're looking at a Magazine Real Boom P2, a Lapras, Sonora, and a Polytoad, and we'll be testing that in a future episode. But if you guys enjoyed today's episode and are probably our new switch to a new version of the team, smash the like button down below and please subscribe for more future content. Peace.